Yeah, we confident. Me and my G's gon' represent. Giving your bitch them compliments, and you gon' see the consequence. Yeah, we confident. Me and my G's gon' represent. Giving your bitch them compliments, and you gon' see the consequence. Yeah, we confident. Me and my G's gon' represent. Giving your bitch them compliments, and you gon' see the consequence. Yeah, we confident.
I mean, you're welcome to get in the games. As long as you're not stream sniping, I don't give a shit. What's up, chat? Hello. Stark was saying that he's up for whatever about 30 minutes ago. I lost track of time. What's up, chat? How are you? Hello, Dino. Beautiful. Thank you for coming in early. Hello, hello, beautiful. Thank you for the 40 months. Oh, the 1901. Little flashback to the past. Yum, yum. How are you, Dino? What's up, beautiful? How are you? Jita, you're down to queue up. As long as you promise not to peek. You can't peek. No fucking peeking while I'm undressing. Okay? This guy's upset about compliments to his bitch. The consequence. I gotta find music. I got mad copyright ban last night. They went hard on me on some copyright bans. I had some notifications this morning, and they were like, "Yo, your shit's claimed. You're a piece of shit for using our music." And you know, there you have it, dude. We're I don't know if we've got sweat players left. Hell, nobody's a sweat anymore. We're just here. We're having a good time. I've had 4 IPAs. We might be in the money. We're either in the money for how I play, or the lack of playing plus IPAs is not the way to go. I don't know. We're gonna find out if the mix is right. I don't know. Napalm! It was so good to see you the other day. So good to fucking see you, bro. But sad that, we had some things happen. Things happen. I'm gonna try solo. We're gonna see what happens. Sometimes I miss it as well. So I've only, lately I only buy 6-packs. So I'm on my 5th at the moment. If we can get through beer 5 and 6 and feel productive, we're gonna stick it out. We're gonna run a couple hours here. We got 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe. I don't know. If we just constantly get shit on, we tip the dial in the wrong direction. I should have ate. I didn't eat dinner. I didn't eat dinner. That was the problem. Biggest problem is I didn't eat dinner. Should have. But baby went to bed late. Alyssa's not been feeling well. Kind of made sure she was good. Had some come to Jesus meetings with the kids. We just did all the things tonight. It's a fucking. No one ever tells you that like fatherhood is like this constant. It's this constant life lesson, man. And although I give these life lessons out, by showing them these life lessons, it's still this like constant reiteration of life lessons all the time. And to some extent, it can be a little exhausting. I've got a 13-year-old who I love to death that needs to understand when to, he likes to ask questions, but he likes to fill the air. And I say this in the nicest ways because I'm trying to teach him not to do these things. But it's like questions like, and this isn't a question he asked me today, but this would be a question like, "Hey Dad, what's up? Good morning. Is the sky blue today?" And it's like, you have to kind of give him that side glare and just wait a second. He's like, oh yeah, you're right. The sky is blue today. He's like, so it's a sunny day. And it's like, that's what you should have said when you started the conversation, is like, man, what a nice day. But he likes to fill the void. You know, he doesn't like quiet, and that's fine. I'd love him for that. He's such a sweet kid. He's such a big-hearted bear, and I'd love every inch of him. But I just need him to understand that, you know, at some point, people are going to start looking at you funny when you're asking questions that make sense. Like if you pull up into a parking lot with your buddies in a car, you'll be like, yo, is this the parking lot? And it's like, they're going to look at you and go, yeah, dude, this is the fucking parking lot. You know, it's like at some point, I know you're just trying to be friendly and conversative, and that, you know, it's the piece of just wanting to have that conversation, right? And he gets that from me, but at some point you have to learn how to tether what's coming out of your mouth. Like, I know you got a lot going on and swirling in your brain. That doesn't mean you need to say everything that you think. And Cullen is a victim of saying everything that he thinks in that sense. And it's not a bad thing, but it's a thing that you have to learn how to, you just have to learn how to tether that, right? Like, you can't pull up to a swimming pool and be like, yo, is this the swimming pool? It's like, well, we said we were going to the swimming pool. We just pulled up to a big blue body of water that looks like a swimming pool. Let's discern where we're at. Is this a swimming pool? Is that where we're at, Cullen? What do you think? You know, it's more of a, let me let you think about that for a second. I want you to take 2 minutes, and I want you to tell me if this is the swimming pool, you know? And so anyway, that's the struggle with Cullen. Struggle with Avery. You know, we're just going to go down the line today. He doesn't know when to just keep his mouth shut. It's a big struggle. It's a big struggle for him. And I'm not going to go into details in the sense that I'm going to throw the dude under the bus right now, but man, sometimes he doesn't know when to just shh. Quiet, Kimosabi. Because we had a situation. Oh, I dropped 40 rounds. I thought I was dropping. Yeah, I'll just take the 15. That's perfect. You know, it's when people are trying to help him out, and in his head, he's like, he's got a lot of why questions, which is fine. I want you to understand what's happening, but the way you present those why questions is important. So today we went through the scenario. Maybe needs to hear that as we found. Yeah, and I'm not saying that pointless small talk is a bad thing, because some people really enjoy small. I mean, there's a difference, right? Like, there's a difference between how's the weather, right? Because that's objective. It's like, yo, how's the weather out there today? Oh, well, you know, it's sunny, man. It's been great. But there's a difference between a comment like that and a comment where you're like, you're objectively trying to create conversation that doesn't need created because it's already kind of implied, right? If it's already implied, at some point you have to understand that conversation doesn't really need to be had. Like, if you're standing at a concert venue and, you know, you're watching a band and somebody comes up and they want to create conversation, create that conversation, have a great time, create the conversation. But if somebody were to roll up to me at a concert venue and be like, yo, is this where the concert is? And it's like, I'm going to look around and go, you kind of, you. All right. So somebody took that car. You see the people headbanging, right? You see the live band playing, right? I mean, are we in the same space? We're in the same place. And that's the type of shit where you have to draw the line of like, I want him to be able to drum up good conversation, but you have to do that by, you know, using your knowledge and your social skills to break ice with people of all shapes and sizes. And I'm not saying that there wouldn't be somebody to be like, oh my God, yeah, you're right, dude, this is the concert venue, and maybe they make it a joke. But I never want him to be the cruel end of a joke, right? Like, I'm trying to teach him that, you know, in order to be, you have to be a leader in any conversation. Like, you can't be the person that's the cruel end of somebody else's kind of joke. And there's going to be a lot of people in your life, I'd say probably 90% of them, that if you're just blurting out common sense. I just heard somebody. They're going to give you a side look, and that's just the sad truth of the world. So you got to have some level of discernment as to what needs to be said and what doesn't. I swear I heard somebody. But Avery, he doesn't even know. He comes across so brash over some things. So anyway, we were trying to teach. You know, I bought them a. Oh no, I thought the suppressor was still on that. You know, I bought them a mower last year to cut lawns. This year, they put up the $200. I put up the other $250 for the mower. You know, I put up the $250 to purchase that mower with them, and they had a good bit of money saved up, which was great. So they covered half. I had to cover the other half. So I'm the bank, right? I can repossess when I need to repossess, blah blah blah. And they're trying to calculate all this money that they're going to make. They picked up their first client. And by the way, their first client was put together by moi, right? So that was our next door neighbor. I noticed their lawn was getting a little long. I said, hey, I could get some of the, the boys over there to help you out with that. So I put together their very first client that is now going to be a bi-weekly mow for them. They got a team up on it. They got to do all the things. And that's great. And I'm so happy that they're going to be doing these things. But,
Well, hello, beautiful.
At the same time, they are not thinking about investment costs. I mean, I'm trying to teach them how to run a business. The investment cost, the initial $200, the fact that they've got an electric mower, they don't have to, they're not paying to charge the batteries. I'm doing all of the upfront, right? I mean, I covered 50% of it. I'm an investor in the business at this point. You owe me the $250 I spent. They weren't thinking about repaying me. They're not thinking about anything. And so we had a long conversation about that. And at some point when I asked about the $250 tonight, Avery's like, well, whatever then. Just you know what? I don't even want to mow. Just keep it. I didn't ask you to buy me a $450 mower. And dude, it caught me so sideways that I was ready to be like,
well, hello, beautiful.
are you not truly understanding the fact that, you had a dream to go make money on your own as a business owner? What's up, Rich? Which is great. I respect that. I want you to make your own money. But you understand that I am a 50% owner in your dream at the moment. And I need you to understand that, I put $250 in it. I don't charge interest. I'm not charging storage fees for your equipment. I'm not charging, electricity bill. I'm not charging anything other than I give you $250. I'd expect the $250 back. That's the basis of the argument. And Avery's like, well, you didn't say that. Like, he had all these big plans for money, but does not want to understand a repayment plan. And so he gave me all this talk. He's just got his mouth just runs sometimes. He gets it from his mother. And he runs his mouth, and I'm like, you do understand that by the time you got to where you thought about it, by the time we had gotten there, if I was anybody that ever loaned you money, I'd honestly almost forfeit the asset at that point. Because the way that you talk to me and the way that you treat me about somebody that was willing to invest in an idea in a business that you had, you treated me like a fuck all. You were pretty much telling me to take my money, stuff it, fuck it. He's like, I don't even want the mower. Fuck that. You know, not fuck that. Right. But you know, it's fuck that. Well, then, you know, keep the mower. I don't even want to do the job. Well, then fuck that. I don't want to be the person that co-invests in your business anymore. And so, God, it was such a long conversation. I know he's only 11. He's an extremely smart kid. So I'm pretty hard on him for being a smart kid. And, you know, maybe sometimes too hard, but, you know, he's got what, 7 years before he's 18 years of age. And so I'm just trying to teach them the basic knowledge behind starting a business, investing in a business, the cost of a business, you know, having to get a loan for a business. I'm trying to do all those things. And, you know, Cullen at first was a little adversarial about it. And then he's like, well, He's like, well, okay. All right. So how do I need to figure this out? Like, Cullen's brain goes straight to, okay, well, what do I need to do to get you off my chest about it? What do I need to do to pay you back? And then how much is it going to take and how long do I need to pay you? And Avery's just like, nah, whatever. I ain't even going to mow grass. And, you know, the sense of entitlement will almost send you. Dude, it's trying to get him off his high horse of entitlement and get him to understand the basics of a business. Any small business, you're going to incur a lot of costs along the way. So, damn, that was an easy shot that I just missed there. Hit him once. Is he against the edge there? What's he doing? He's glitching all over the place is what he's doing. Okay. So anyway, it's a tough conversation because and then after it's all said and done, the dust settles and the arguments have happened and you know, you finally get to a level of understanding between two parties. You just have to wonder. It's like, I'm not trying to harm you. I'm trying to help you. And before we went to bed, I think we found a place of solace, and that's a great thing. You know, between you and your kid before bed, I want nothing but peace in my family before the night's over. You know, there's a lot of differing opinions throughout the day, but so anyway, that's where we were. But God, it's a challenge some days, man, with teenage boys. 100%. I mean, tell me I didn't just fucking put rounds all over that kid. Okay. Good for him, I guess. GG's. His barrel bested me. GG's, bud. Must have been. I don't know. I mean, I'd squared up with that dude before he'd even turned to me.
Oh, beautiful.
I fucking squared up pretty fair with that guy. Didn't miss the shots either. What up, Henry? Oh, you know, we work on all that, Rich. I mean, we don't give them everything they want. I mean, I definitely the kids definitely get, yeah, I think for now, I haven't heard from Stark, so we're just chilling. Beth, I do my best to make sure, not Beth, I'm sorry. Rich, I do my best to make sure these kids understand, you know, you want something, you got to work for it. You're going to push for it. You're going to strive for it. It's never an easy ride. That's the part that blows my mind about this game sometimes. That guy, he's running left. He's already getting laced. He can turn and fucking smack. And that's okay if you weren't already getting fucking laced. I wasn't missing shots there. So, you know, whatever. Good for him. You know, good old PUBG, man. Good old fucking PUBG. I gotta piss. You know, they have to earn a lot of what they do in their life. But I don't want to push them to the edge where they don't want to have to earn. I want them to be able to feel successful. So our neighbor is going to pay them $60 every 2 weeks to mow their lawn. You know, this is picking up poop and mowing and trimming, which is phenomenal. And it's a consistent every 2 weeks, you know, 5-6 months in the summer, you know, we'll call it fall. It's good money for two kids. It's for these two, you know, for these two to go in there and actually work together. My big thing is I want them to know teamwork. I want them to work together. I want them to feel a sense of success, but I don't want them to ever feel entitled. And sometimes I've overly spoiled my kids because I grew up never really wanting for things. I didn't get everything I ever wanted, but I didn't want. And I've always had that surplus to be able to give the kids some things they want. And sometimes I feel like it bites me in the ass, but at the end of the day, I just want them to be able to feel some, you know, they need to be humble about what they do have, and they need to be able to feel appreciative of the things they get on a regular basis. That's it, right? That's all it boils down to. I gotta piss. I'll be right back.
Hello, beautiful.
Patty, what's up, beautiful? How are you, Poppy? Yeah, it's game one. He got lucky. He got lucky. Oh, there's Jita. God, these people with these fucking cars is so annoying. I'm just gonna mute that for a minute. Is it? Are you already up over there, Patty? Or are you not able to sleep? I'm about to go to the OG playlist, dude. Little Stream Beats by Harris Heller. If I can find Patty's old song, bro. I need to find Patty's old song. It's in here somewhere. Yo, you know what? Jeff, thank you for that. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that, man. We're here trying to... Well, it's good to see you, boobies. I appreciate you being so kind enough to come in and say that. I think it's good to have some people come in and say, hey, I appreciate it, right? And so I've been slack in the beginning of this year, and I apologize for that. I've had some... I don't know. I've been, you know, mixed emotions about the game, mixed emotions about a lot of things, and not in a bad way or a good way, but kind of a neutral place with streaming. Been putting some time in with the kids the best I can as they get older. Time in with the wife. Time in, the 3-year-old takes everything I got every single day. He's full on, he's a daddy's boy, and that's fine, but it's full on dad until it's time for bed. And when it's time for bed, a lot of the times maybe we fucked up, but also I don't regret it. But when he goes to bed, he lays with me. He will not go to, he'll be like, come on, daddy, let's go to bed. Like, he wants to lay with his dad, and that's fine. Do I tend to kind of doze off or possibly pass out? Maybe. But at the end of the day, for me, he's our last kid. I do my best to take it all in. And hopefully, with a little bit of sacrifice on time for stream, those that are parents, this guy here, fully understand that, this is not a fuck y'all type situation. This is just a, dedicating time where I can to the fam, dedicating time where I can to the, overall betterment of, why does that not, what the fuck? Okay. Betterment of the family life. And streaming doesn't typically always take away from that. But we had some changes. I think I told you guys about the new boss that came in. We got a couple things that we're working on the job front, which is, you got to keep the job. Got to keep the old jobby job, which I wish I didn't, but I do. And I love you guys to death, but sometimes waking up with a couple hours of sleep is rough. It can be. As I get older, it kicks my ass more and more, I feel like. I regret it more and more. Yeah. I mean, they want nothing, Rowan, the kids too, right? I mean, I'm not saying the younger kids don't, but Rowan is, dude, nothing but his dad. That's all he wants. He wants me anytime I'm available. And working from home is almost, it's almost increased that tenfold because he knows I'm in this office all day. I just walked in this building.